Hello. I'd like to thank you for all your comments, and two of them particularly stand out in the video about the Knowsley riot. And I think they get the point wrong. So the first point I'd like to reiterate that the asylum seekers, the immigrants, the people who have not yet been processed should really not be held in hotels around the country simply because the Home Office is on a go slow, is tardy. If the Home Office can't do its job properly, then more people need to be engaged to do that job. It's very simple. And it seems to me that the Home Office is on a deliberate go slow to demonstrate that there is a serious problem with asylum seekers. Now, the two people who've drawn attention to this, one of them is a person called Swoop, I think, who says that that I haven't looked at the issues. Actually, I have looked at the issues very carefully, and the issues don't scupper what I've said. A riot, a mob that that is there to harangue individuals and in fact a group. This gives the impression of being a racist riot. It may not be. It may be entirely focused on a perception of crime. But if there is a perception of crime, there is a perfectly reasonable way to deal with it. There are proper processes for dealing with crime. Now, what CL says is that this is about a 25-year-old man claiming to be the boyfriend of a much younger girl. It's not clear from what CL says whether this girlfriend is from Liverpool or whether this girlfriend is from is also an asylum seeker. But it doesn't matter. That relationship sounds as if it's dodgy, but there is a perfectly reasonable system for dealing with that. There is a system for dealing with alleged crimes. It's called the police. And if we want to engage in a riot or a lynch mob or that sort of the brutality of a Frankenstein movie, then this is a society that I think has gone down a very worrying route. I hope our society is not doing that, and that is why we should resist this. Equally, I think this particular protest should have been resisted by the police. It's not appropriate. The identity of the inhabitants of this hotel should not have been made public. And whose fault is that? That again comes down to being the fault of the Home Office and this second-rate minister, Suella Braverman, who doesn't seem to even understand the basics of how she conducts her affairs in Parliament. I think only yesterday she was called to task by the Deputy Speaker for using the name of a Member of Parliament rather than referring to them by their seat. She referred specifically to Jeremy Corbyn. She's so eager to throw dirt around that she's forgotten the basic etiquette of the place where she has been privileged to stand. She is privileged to stand at the dispatch box because she has been elected and then appointed by the Prime Minister to do this job, to do this honourable job. And she is presiding over a dishonourable and completely chaotic department. It needs to be called out. And the points which the points which are raised in the comments, I can understand the concerns. But those are concerns which must be addressed by the police, and not by the police marshalling some sort of protest or riot. It's wrong. utterly, utterly wrong. And it's not civilized.